So good evening everyone. Welcome to this session of the DTRS of the Lukmaan IAS. As all of you know that in this session we daily discuss 10 important questions which is related to your current affairs. Okay, and today we have selected the lead topic as the air pollution and its parameters. So whosoever the people who are around Delhi, they can see that what the situation is going on in Delhi, that it is entirely choked. Okay, so our lead topic is air pollution and its parameters. So let us start with our discussion. So, and before we start, it has been daily a trend that we try to give you one famous quotation which is helpful for your essay paper and for your GS ethics also. So let us study this. Do not fear to be eccentric in opinion, for every opinion now accepted was once eccentric. So basically someone is saying that, or this idea is basically that sometimes you give idea which may not be liked by people. Okay, yes Anand Dhyani, good evening. So sometimes you give idea which may not be liked by the present time or the present government or any present institution, they will not like that idea. But after some time, that idea will be accepted. For example, you can associate this topic with the history. Like when India was colonial and was in the colonial rule, the Britishers used to laugh that whether these people will be able to govern themselves or not. But today, right now in the 2023, see the scenario. We are an independent nation. We are a fruitful economy. We are having much more enormous in terms of whether it is military, whether it is in every dimension we are progressing. Even in the space technology also we are getting, in every field we are coming out. So here you need to explain this statement, give examples and then start elucidating with whatever the way the question has been asked. Okay, so keep this for your note. Now let us proceed to our questions. So these are the 10 topics we are going to discuss today. So first question is consider the following: ozone, ammonia, lead, benzene, carbon monoxide, nitrogen dioxide. How many of the above pollutants are monitored under the National Air Quality Index, that is AQI, by CPCB, that is the Central Pollution Control Board. And you can see that even in the past the UPSC has asked question related to this. So you need to remember this topic. You need to always understand that what are the pollutants which are measured under this National Air Quality Index. So here if you remember, then 8 pollutants are there in total. 8 pollutants are there, and if we go through the list, we find that benzene is not there. Rest, these 3 and these 2. So what is the correct answer? Here the answer will be option C. Now after this what all of you need to do, see, this is the one way, one format. Now you have to even go beyond this. Now how you go beyond this? You study what is the National Air Quality Index, how it came into existence, which was the program that led the people to find out the National Air Quality Index. Then the institutions which are there, like the CPCB is there, that you also have to take into account. So around this, don't just stick to this topic. If you are preparing for the UPSC part, you have to cover it holistically. Okay, so cover this institution also, CPCB. Okay, remember all the 8 pollutants which are there, the color code which is given. So holistically, and even you can prepare this is for the PT perspective. Now you can take this same topic for your GS paper also, like for GS paper 3, environment and ecology part. So that will also be helpful for this. This question will help you to understand that part also. Okay, now let us move to the next question. So it was all in news today. Now recently seen in the news, the Pavana River is related to which of the following geographical regions? So what will be the answer? Can anyone answer? Pavana River. Yes, anybody? Okay, so here basically the correct answer is the Western Ghat. The Pavana River is basically, it is in Maharashtra and it is in Pune district. So now how again you have to prepare this, what lead you get, you have to think about that. So again, when you get any river, any place, any region, you should start thinking that how UPSC has asked the question. That's, see, one format is there, in that way you can prepare. The second thing is this Pavana River. So it is in which state, which city is there. Even you can also associate or relate that if there is any historical importance is there. So you can relate your current affair, your geographical knowledge with the history part. Okay. So basically when we talk about the Pavana River, it is related to Western Ghat in the state of Maharashtra, in the city of Pune. Okay. It originates, and then you can study that whether it is the which river's tributary it is. So it is basically a tributary of the Bhima River. So in that way, you have to holistically prepare every topic what you get. You just don't have to see what is there in the newspaper, but even you have to go beyond that also. Okay. So here the correct answer is option A. So, and basically why this river was in news? Due to the rising pollution which has occurred. Okay, again, so pollution dominates. Now, with reference to NASA's Lucy mission, consider the following statement. It is the first spacecraft to return to the vicinity of the Earth from the outer solar system. The mission is named after the fossilized skeleton of the early hominin that was found in Ethiopia in 1974. So, if we find that both the statements are correct, okay, NASA, it is the mission of the Lucy NASA basically for the Jupiter's. Okay, one of the asteroid, that is the Trojan asteroid, is there. To study that, this mission has been sent. Now, why basically it is the first spacecraft to return to the vicinity of, generally spacecraft go, they complete their task and then they return. Okay, or they are destroyed or they return. But why this is done? So it is a 12-year program. So sometimes it has to return to get refueled, or sometimes its trajectory has to be oriented so that it reaches to that exact place where the scientists want them. So it comes towards the, let me show you what is basically behind this. So if you understand, if you are taking this diagram, you will find that, so this is the Earth, okay, so, and this is the Trojan asteroid where that spacecraft will go. So you rotate it, you rotate the spacecraft in a speed manner, so that it is in such a manner so that at point it trajects the directory here. कभी कभार क्या होता है, हमें अगर किसी पर्टिकुलर चीज में अगर किसी को दूर में अगर फेंकना है तो हम क्या करेंगे, अपने रस्सी पे इसको बांध लेंगे और इसको ऐसे ऐसे जोर जोर से घुमाएंगे. तो जितने जोर से हम इसे घुमाएंगे तो जितना स्पीड होगा उतने दूर तक ये जाएगा. तो हमें क्या करना है, हमें तो इसके अर्थ से बाहर निकाल के इस लेवल पे पहुंचाना है. सो दैट इज व्हाई this 3-time rotation and this 3-time speed will be needed. Okay, and okay, and so first statement is correct. And if we talk about the second statement, the mission is named after the fossilized skeleton of the early hominin that was found in Ethiopia. So yes, it is Lucy was the name given, which was given to the early hominid fossil which was found in world. This was the earliest discovery of the hominid fossil. And here now you can associate this with India also, that which are the important places are there in which the hominid fossils has been found. So can anybody tell me? Anant, regarding your question, what you can follow is that from 2013 onward, the UPSC has changed the pattern. So definitely you should be covering it, the PYQ from the 2013. But if you want to go back, obviously there is an advantage that in terms of fact, you will have a larger, questions will be there. So that you can do, but definitely you should start from the 2013, and if you have time, you can go backward also. Okay. So you have given, I have asked the early hominid remains, no Chirag. The answer is not Dholavira. Dholavira is an Indus site. And I am asking about the prehistoric site. So you should remember that in India, where the earliest fossilized remains has been discovered, The first you can remember is the Hathnora. Okay, it is related, it is situated in the state of Madhya Pradesh, and the second is the Odai, okay, which is in Tamil Nadu. So these are the some of the places where many more places are there, but two you must remember, Hathnora and Odai. Hathnora in Madhya Pradesh and Odai in Tamil Nadu, where the fossilized remains has been found. Okay. Now let us move to another question, and here both the statement are correct, so answer will be C. Okay. So this is there. So that is why it was in news. Okay. Now, Purchasing Manager Index. It is compiled by the IHS Markit for major economies worldwide. Yes, this statement is correct. Largely 40 economies are covered under this. It provides information about current and future business condition of a company. Yes, this statement is also correct. So it basically in the manufacturing and the services sector, it provides that whether one can invest in this company or not. So basically related to that information it provides. The index is released quarterly. No, this statement is wrong. Okay. Sir, is Burja Home also? No, it is not. Burja Home is not a site where the early hominid remain has been found. It is a Neolithic site. Okay. Yes. So here you can, yes, purchasing managers index and all related information related to that you should study. But the index is not released quarterly, but it is released monthly. On month basis it is released. So these three statements are correct and this statement is incorrect. So here the answer will be option C. Okay. So again in news, we are giving you that information. Now, with reference to the Adaptation Gap Report 2023, it is released by the United Nations Environment Program. Yes, very much right. The report has reaffirmed the effort of the countries in adhering to the commitment of doubling the adaptation financial support committed in the 26th COP of the UNFCCC. So basically the report is saying that whatever the commitment which was made by the countries in the COP26 of the UNFCCC, that are being, the countries are doing it. They are giving whatever the amount or whatever the points they had made, they are fulfilling it. Okay. And the third statement is the shortfall in adaptation finance is being made through budgetary allocation by many developing countries. Now this is the reason. Now if we first of all talk about what are the right statement, this statement is right, second statement is incorrect, and the third statement is correct. So here answer will be option 2. Now you need to understand, yes, Chirag, you are right that there is a shortage in funding, and basically this is the reason. This third statement provides you the reason for this second part, that why? Because every country, they don't have that much surplus revenue or that surplus budget is there. So from their own budget they have to fund. And that is the reason why majority of all these agreements, whatever these discussions are taken, they are only limited to paperwork. What we envisage in the initial, the result is not that much amount. So basically we teach or we say sometime in a colloquial language, or even Lakshmi sir, when you will take the PT classes, you will find that all these basically become chai pe charcha and fizul ka kharcha. So basically these things are there. So these are some of the limitations are there which you need to keep in mind. So here answer is option B. Okay. 2, first statement and the third statement is correct and the second is incorrect. Okay. So little money being made available. So that helps you to understand the second statement and eliminate the second statement also. Okay. Now, in the context of finance, the term reverse flipping. So flipping means what? From this side to that side and from that side again to the back side. So we have to find out whether what is the correct answer. So here option D, it is the correct answer. It is a term used to describe the trend of overseas startups shifting their domicile to India and listing on Indian stock exchange. So reverse. So flipping will be what? That you go from India to other countries, that is flipping, and reverse flipping is from other countries you come to India, that is a reverse flipping. And this shows what? That basically there is positiveness in our economy, less constraint is there, our market is growing, people are having enough investment opportunity. So that is why they are saying, so you should study this part also, and what are the related things are there, why it is happening, what are the reasons behind reverse financing, that is very much important to study. Okay, so remember that. Okay, now let us move to next question. So decoding reverse flipping, it is there. Okay, now with reference to State Food Safety Index, consider the following statement. It is an annual evaluation released by the Niti Aayog. No, State Food, very much easy to decipher. It is not the Niti Aayog, is basically a policy making body. So you don't have to deal with the food safety. You can easily find out that basically it is the work of Food Safety and the Authority of India. Okay, this is the thing is there. So this statement is incorrect. It measures food safety on 6 parameters with all parameters having equal weightage. No, this is correct. 6 parameters are there and they are having differential weightages are there. So some, for example, regulation is there that whether anything is being produced, whether you are following the proper laws or not. So different parameters are there. So even this statement is correct. So here the correct answer is neither 1 nor 2. Okay. So this is the, you can see the parameters, compliance 28, okay, consumer empowerment it is 19, human resources and institutional data 18, food testing infrastructure 17, improvement in rank 10, and the training and the capacity building, and in total it is the 100 points. Okay, remember that. Consider the following statement. So you have statements. Lake Turkana, located mainly in Kenya, is expanding due to climate change. Khwaja Island crater, located in Java Island of Indonesia, is famous for its blue lava. Lake Turkana is the world's largest acidic lake, while Khwaja Island crater lake is the world's largest alkaline lake. Okay, so what is the correct answer? Can anybody tell me? Or have you ever studied about these two lakes? So these are basically news due to the environmental pollution and the environmental changes which are taking place. Okay. First two statements are correct. Mainly the Lake Turkana is located in Kenya and some of its portion is in Ethiopia also. It is located in Ethiopia also. Khwaja, this crater located in Java Island of Indonesia, is famous for its blue lava. Blue lava basically means what? That the color is so much dominant, and basically why it becomes dominant, basically due to the release of the sulfuric acid. Okay, as all of you know that its color is blue in nature, so that is why the fumes or the exhaust which is coming out, it gives a presence of a blue color, so it is known as the blue lava. Now in the third statement, the facts has been reversed. Okay, so basically Lake Turkana is the world's largest alkaline lake. World's largest Lake Turkana, world's largest alkaline lake, and it is also referred to as the world's desert lake also. So this is that part. Okay, and the crater lake is the world's largest acidic. Why it is acidic? Because due to this eruption, due to this point that it is blue lava, so high amount of sulfur concentration is there. So that is why it is acidic in nature. So even if you could have applied your some amount of logic, then you could have find that there is a catch in this statement. Okay, so this statement is incorrect and these two are correct. So here option B is the correct answer. Okay. So you can see it was there in the news. So that this is the way how the eruption of the volcano looks like. Okay, bluish kind of thing. Now, consider the following statement about the Carbon Border Adjustment Mechanism, CBAM. It is a tariff on the carbon content of import designed to encourage producers in foreign country to reduce their greenhouse gas emission. Okay, to reduce their greenhouse emission. CBAM is intended to level the playing field for domestic producers who are subject to carbon pricing mechanism and to prevent carbon leakage. As of 2023, CBAM has been globally implemented under the Paris Agreement framework. No, this is an incorrect statement. Basically, this carbon border adjustment mechanism is basically done by the EU, European Union. And in their market, they have made a policy that whatever the products which are being made or imported, the amount of carbon should be, whatever their things are there, the use of the carbon should be very much less, and steps should be taken so that carbon presence is very much less in that. Okay. So now under that context, if we try to go, that it is a tariff on the carbon content of the import. Yes, so whatever things which are being getting imported in the European Union countries, so a tariff will be made designed to encourage producers in foreign country to reduce their greenhouse gas emission. So if your product is having, suppose for example any product is being shipped from India to EU, so if that has larger amount of carbon content, it will pay higher tax. And if it has lower amount of carbon content, then it will pay a lower tax. So there is some kind of encouragement also. Don't think in a negative manner only. Okay. So even this statement is correct. CBM is intended to level the playing field for domestic producers. Yes, in that way you have to think. For example, if one of the merchant who is producing the same thing, the domestic merchant of the EU and the domestic merchant of India, and whatever if they are producing the same content, but the amount of carbon content which is being given here is having a larger amount of carbon content, then obviously it would be demoralizing for that particular, that indigenous investor or that indigenous manufacturer of the EU. So definitely, so what he will try to do to level, so the government has made a level playing, domestic producers are subject to carbon pricing mechanism and to prevent carbon leakage. So in that way, this entire functioning will take place. Okay. So even this statement is correct. So hence the correct answer is option B. Okay. Now, your last question, C will kill EU manufacturing, India will have its own carbon taxes. So there is a lot of controversies are there. You need to study that part also. Now, your last question, that is the Antarctic ozone hole. Its size has increased continuously in the last 3 years. The eruption of Hunga Tonga volcano in January 2022 is believed to have had a significant influence on this year's ozone depletion. The National Oceanic and the Atmospheric Administration (NOAA) is the nodal agency to monitor the Antarctic ozone hole. Now, if you remember that which of the agencies they maintain or keep a check upon this ozone hole, basically it is the WMO and UNEP. UNEP, World Meteorological Organization, and the United Nations Environment Program. It is there. This is one of the research organization within that. It is a research carrying organization. These are the nodal agency, WMO plus United Nations Environment Program. These are the nodal agency. So this statement is incorrect. The eruption of Hunga Tonga volcano in January 2022 is believed to have had a significant impact on this ozone depletion. So basically Tonga, it is an archipelago. Okay. And here due to the eruption from that volcano, basically what will happen? So large amount of water vapor is released. Okay, when this volcanic, other things are also there, but one of the prominent role is played by the water vapor. Now water vapor will reach towards the stratosphere and then a chemical process will start in which the ozone depletion takes place. So this statement is correct. Its size has increased continuously in the last 3 years. No, up to 2022 it was decreasing, but when this incident occurred, it has increased. So it has not been continuously increasing, but rather there was a decline and then there was an increase. So this statement is correct. So what do we find? Only option A is the correct answer. Now after this, what extra you should do in this topic? You should study about all the ozone related mechanisms, or those treaties are there. Like for example, you can start from the Montreal Protocol. Okay. You should be starting from that, and then you come towards the present time, that what all actions has been taken to prevent the ozone depletion. Okay. So that's all for today's DTRS session. Again we will meet tomorrow. Okay. Either I will be there or it will be taken by Lakshmi sir, and then we will again have a session for this. Yes, Chirag, you are right, Kigali Amendment, all those you should start from. Basically the Montreal Protocol is the parameter, and then it will continue. For today I have taken it because sometimes Lakshmi sir will be busy, so sometimes it may happen that I will take, or if not, then obviously it will be taken by Lakshmi sir. Okay. So let us end the session and we will meet tomorrow or whenever my time will be there. Okay. But the session will continue, the phase will differ, but the session will continue. Okay.